She wore that same deep red satin dress. The one I had bought her during a fleeting, passionate weekend in Florence. It wrapped around her body with that same grace I remembered. A quiet kind of allure that caught every eye in the room. The back dipped low, revealing the very skin I had once traced beneath the soft glow of candlelight in a tucked-away restaurant. I watched from a distance, unmoving. The candlelight flickered gently across her pearl earrings. Earrings she once claimed she had lost years ago. Her laughter drifted across the room, light and fragile, like a song I'd heard in another life. She hadn't seen me yet. Every tilt of her head, every smile she offered the man across from her, I absorbed with silent focus. Then the waiter approached, just as I had instructed. He handed her a small folded note, discreet and rehearsed. She accepted it without a second thought, opened it, and read. "I hope the risotto is as perfect as ever." That was all it said. But the moment her eyes landed on the words, everything changed. The color drained from her cheeks. Her hand slipped, dropping her fork with a loud clink onto the plate. Her body trembled. She stood too quickly, knocking over her wine glass. Deep red spreading like a wound across the crisp white tablecloth. Her companion froze, confused, staring. She looked around like prey, realizing too late that the trap had already closed. This wasn't a rash move, it was a plan. A design built slowly, carefully, over time. Each step deliberate, every outcome anticipated. We'd met back in college. She was brilliant, magnetic. I was quiet, methodical. I studied finance and believed loyalty mattered more than indulgence. We grew together, built a life, joint accounts, mutual dreams, a cozy home, a rescued dog, and a shared agreement not to have children. Her choice, she said. I was her rock, her balance, the calm in her chaos. I believed her. For 12 years I believed her. But then the fractures began, little ones at first. Missed dinners. Cancelled plans. Trips that never happened. Excuses that didn't quite make sense. And then a small but telling shift, she changed her phone's passcode. That was when the illusion started to crack. I didn't confront her. I didn't ask questions. I observed. Because words can lie, but behavior rarely does. I cloned her phone, installed a tracker in her car, synced her laptop to my private cloud. I gave her enough rope, knowing she'd eventually tighten the noose herself. It didn't take long. The man was younger, married, confident. They used fake names, shared hotel rooms, wrote each other romantic nonsense. I read everything, every picture, every word. The way she described me, safe, dull, predictable. She even gave him things from our bedroom, things I recognized. She had no idea I was there, watching the cracks spread. The betrayal didn't crush me. It sharpened me. I didn't want drama. I wanted resolution with teeth. So I began quietly reworking our finances. Slow transfers. Hidden accounts. Just enough left behind to avoid suspicion. My attorney, a shark in a suit, found a clause in our prenup that voided her claims due to infidelity. Then I set the scene. I chose her favorite restaurant. She loved the drama of the place, the ambience. I booked a table with a perfect view. The manager was an old friend, eager to help. I dressed plainly, black shirt, no tie. Just the watch she thought she'd lost years ago, now glinting on my wrist. She walked in on his arm, laughing, unaware. She passed me without a glance, full of affection for someone else. Whispered something in his ear that made him grin. That's when I handed the note to the waiter. After she read it, everything unraveled. She fled to the restroom, rattled. Moments later, my phone buzzed. Message after message. Where are you? Please talk to me. What's going on? I didn't answer. I sent one reply, a folder. Screenshots. Recordings. Logs. A complete archive of her affair. At the end, the final page, divorce papers. Already signed. Already legal. When she returned, pale and shaken, her date still sat in stunned silence. I walked past their table and slipped a card into the man's hand. On the back I had written, "Your wife knows." His expression crumbled. He reached for his phone in panic. She chased after me, called my name, voice cracking. I turned to face her. "No lawyers," I said. "It's done. You've already lost." 3 weeks later, everything was finalized. She didn't contest. She knew what would happen if she did. She packed what she could and left. I kept the house, the money, the dog, and most importantly, my peace. Her lover's marriage didn't last either. Oddly enough, his wife sent me flowers. We had dinner once. Talked. Laughed. It felt unreal, like some cosmic twist had settled the score. Now and then, I remember how she used to look at me. Before the lies. Before the silence that said more than her words ever did. But the image that stays with me is the moment she stood in that red dress, unaware of how close the storm was. Holding the note. Panic in her eyes. Waiting for the explosion she thought would come. But I'm not made of fire. I don't rage. I don't break things. I don't beg. I calculate. I wait. And I finish. She reached for a fleeting thrill. I chose the checkmate. I didn't destroy what we built. I just turned off the lights and left her in the quiet to find her own way out. Some endings don't need a fight. Just truth. Just silence.